Hello everyone, welcome to this session on big data learning with me, Abidunisa Begum. In this session, we're going to go through Azure Virtual Machines. What are Azure Virtual Machines and how do you create them? So this first part is going to be about them, like in as in theoretical part, and then I'll show you how to create those virtual machines in Azure with Azure probably. My name is Abidunisa Begum. I am a technical trainer and I give trainings on data science, Tableau, and Azure as well, and different programming languages like R and Python. Now, R and Python, when I say they are specifically for data science. Yeah, that's all about myself. Let's just move ahead towards the agenda of today's session, and that is what is Azure Virtual Machine, what are the different types of Azure Virtual Machines, workloads of Azure Virtual Machine, and then on the same lines, we'll also see what is virtual network in Azure, right? Now, let's quickly jump into the session. Now, what is a virtual machine in Azure? They are one of the on-demand computing resources or virtual machines. They are developed by Microsoft Azure, as we know. Now, these are based on infrastructure as a service through which the users can obtain more control over the environment to customize the hosting or development environment. Now, if you do not know what is infrastructure as a service, then you can go to first video of this series, where I have given an introduction of Azure and what is infrastructure as a service. You can understand a bit in that video. Now, let's just move ahead. So, what happens here? Azure virtual machines, they are a vital part of hardware virtualization as well, and they are ready-made computer systems. So, they are designed based on the virtualization concept itself. Now, this concept is similar to that of the cloud platform virtualization. And major benefit of Azure virtual machine is that we can work on it and shut it down whenever we need. Now these Azure virtual machines, they provide greater flexibility of virtualization even without the usage and maintenance of physical hardware that activates it. But however, we need to carry out tasks like configuring, patching, and installing the software that runs on it. So with the help of these, we can create Linux virtual machines, SQL databases, application services, directory domain services, and a lot of them. Now, in general, there are different types of Azure virtual machines. So, what are they? They are general purpose. We have compute optimized, memory optimized, storage optimized, GPU, and high performance compute. Let's try to understand each of them. What is general purpose? So, general purpose, it has a balanced CPU to memory ratio and is suitable for testing and deployment of database ranging from small to medium. Now, coming to compute optimized. So, this type of Azure virtual machines, they have high CPU to memory ratio and the best option for medium traffic web servers, network equipments, and also for application servers. Now, if you're clear with these two, let's move to memory optimized. So the memory optimized Azure VMs, they have a high memory to CPU ratio and it is good for relational database servers, medium to large caches, and for memory analytics. Then what are storage optimized? Again, this type of VMs, they possess high disk throughout and IO that is ideal for data warehousing, or not just data warehousing. You can also include um, SQL, NoSQL databases, big data, and several big transactional databases. Now, coming to GPU, what is a GPU? It's a specialized type of virtual machine in Azure that are targeted for heavy graphics rendering and video editing purposes. They can also be used for modern training and differencing with deep learning. The user can avail either single or multiple GPUs. Now, the last one is high performance compute. These type of Azure virtual machines, they are the fastest and powerful CPU virtual machines, and they come with a high throughout network interface. If you have heard about RDMA, that is what you'll understand. Now, what are the different workloads of Azure virtual machines? So in cloud computing, what is a workload? Is it denotes the amount of processing that the computer has given to do a certain task within the given time. Now, the workload consists of certain amount of application programs processing in the computer. and some users are connected to, and they are interacting with the computer's applications. So usually the workload of the Azure virtual machine is categorized into suitable and unsuitable workloads. So let's talk about suitable workloads. The workloads which are suitable for hosting in an Azure infrastructure as a service infrastructure. There are service workloads like commercial online stores. You have unpredictable growth workloads such as short-term increased sale and developing the organization, or retail sales during festival holidays. What is unsuitable workloads? So applications or services that are not suitable. They are limited growth business that are able to run the service at less cost than cloud, and regulated environment workloads that are not able to move to the cloud as per the rules. Now, they are included in unsuitable workloads. So I hope you are clear with what is Azure Virtual Machine, and you are clear with what are the different types. And now you also know what are the different workloads of Azure Virtual Machine. Now let's see what are virtual networks in Azure. So this virtual networks in Azure, these are mostly called as VNet. If you know about this, it's the process of representing our own network in the cloud platform. And Azure Virtual Networks, they allow different types of Azure resources like virtual machines to communicate with each other, and the internet and on-premise network with more security. Thus, it acts as an isolated and highly secure environment so that we can run our virtual machines and applications. There are certain features of these virtual networks. So, what are they? Isolation, internet communication, you have resource communication, virtual network connectivity, filtration of traffic. First, let's talk about isolation. Now, each of the network works independently so that you can classify them into segments while creating a virtual network. Isolation feature, what does it do? It allows us to configure the virtual network so that we can make use of our own DNA servers. Now we also have internet communication. So whenever we launch any service or applications in the virtual machine, it is capable of accessing the internet by default. So why does it do that? So that it enables the inbound access to specific resources. Then we have resource communication. Resources that come with Azure Virtual Network, they can communicate with each other with the support of a private IP address, regardless of the resource from various subnets. And then we have virtual network connectivity. Then virtual networks, they are connected to each other, as we know, and these resources in any virtual network are capable of communicating with resources that are present in any other virtual network as well. That is the meaning, well, that is what I mean when I say they are connected to each other. Now, what is filtration of traffic? This is one of the important features as well. So traffic filtration feature, it helps to filter the traffic from resources, that by using the IP address and port, different ports, right? So that's how it works. So that's all about it. Let's just do a quick recap of what all did we learn today. We understood what is a virtual machine. Now we also understood what are the different types of virtual machines. We know what are the workloads, and now we also know what is the virtual network in Azure. Now, if you have any suggestions, if you want to, learn about any topic that is included in Microsoft Azure, do let me know in the comment section, and I will definitely try to create a video regarding that. Thank you very much for being with me throughout this session. Goodbye till the next session, and happy learning.